guys just coming undone here. Excuse me. Girls. Space to live in this time, you're out of love. And the reason that you had to quit, try to make me stop. You're not fooling where thought you found a friend to take you out of this place, someone you could blame.
Hello, Ralph Medici, JTV. This show this evening is a special show that we aired in conjunction with the Providence firefighters. What we did was we started downtown. We interviewed Heather, which is the movie star from Days of Our Lives, and then we went over to the firefighters lounge, and we had a great time. Hope you enjoy this take.
5, 4, 3.
Hello, Ralph Medici, JTV at the Fleet Skating Center, Providence, Rhode Island, and we would like to show you tonight a little bit of what's happening around Providence, and we have a special television star here, and we would like for her to introduce herself.
Hi, my name is Heather Lauren Olson, and I'm from Days of Our Lives.
Okay, Heather, what character do you play on Days of Our Lives?
I play Jan Spears, the mean, evil one.
Oh, really? Okay, so how long have you been doing that?
I've been on the show for a little over 2 years now.
Okay, so what brings you to Providence?
I actually came to Providence because I heard the firefighters at the local 799 were putting on a steak fry to help raise money for the Firefighters, Widows, and Orphans Fund for the fallen firefighters of New York. So I decided to come down and see what I could do to help out.
Oh, well, that's great. Can you just give us a little bit of a background of how you got into the acting business?
I actually started acting when I was 2. Okay. I used to live up in Northern California by San Francisco, and a model saw me when I was with my parents and told my parents she thought I'd be good at modeling. So my parents said okay, and they got me an agent, and I started modeling. I became one of the top child models up there. I did a lot of work for Jessica McClintock, a lot of print ads, all the paper ads for like Macy's, Robinson's May, Ross's, all that stuff. Okay. And my parents started driving from Northern California to Southern California for auditions for movies and TV shows and more commercials. And I got internal affairs with Richard Gere. I played his stepdaughter. That was so much fun. Okay. So I ended up missing too many days of first grade while I was down there shooting that, so I got held back. But my parents, after a while, got tired of driving back and forth, so they said either quit moving to going to LA or we move. So we ended up in LA, and I've been at it ever since. Okay, can you tell us about some of the television programs or movies that you've been in? Well, I played Elizabeth Taylor in Liz the Elizabeth Taylor miniseries. I was the middle one, the National Velvet Age. I got to ride a horse and all that. Okay. I've been on Suddenly Susan, Days of Our Lives, of course. Yeah. Leave It to Beaver, just a wide variety of stuff.
Okay. How about a little bit of some of your interests that you do besides acting?
Actually, I'm an EMT, an emergency medical technician.
Okay.
So I'm interested in all the blood and guts. I'm kind of weird. I have nothing to do with acting, and then it does. So, but it's a lot of fun. I got my license when I was like about 16. It was hard work, a lot of studying, but it was worth it. I found it very interesting. So that was cool.
How about some future aspirations?
Movies.
Movies?
Acting.
Movies and acting?
Yeah.
Okay, big screen, acting.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
So tell us, if we could just go back and touch on why you're here in Rhode Island. How long have you been in town?
I actually came in town a couple days ago on Wednesday night, but
Okay.
we got here so late. We just went to the hotel and fell asleep.
Yeah.
And then on Thursday, I actually had a little bit of a free day, and I went down to Newport, checked out all the mansions and
Okay.
the ocean and the boats. It was beautiful.
All right, Heather, I heard you put a bid on one of the houses down there. Is that true?
Well, I was going to on the breakers, with the real gold on the wall and stuff, but
Okay.
it required too many zeros.
Okay, so you like the house, though?
Oh my God, it's beautiful. The detailing with it,
Yeah.
you can't find anything like that nowadays. It's like all hand carved. It's breathtaking. I don't know what to say. It was just amazing.
Okay, so what else did you do in Newport?
I looked at the ocean, saw the boats, a pretty view, got to see the sunset,
Oh, really?
ate a little dinner, and toured the mansions and drove around and looked at all the foliage because the trees are still turning, so that was cool.
Yeah. And after that, you were in Providence?
After that, I came back and went to the Biltmore and went to sleep, and then on Friday morning, I did an interview with 92 Pro FM
Okay.
to help promote the firefighter steak fry, and then in the afternoon I did another interview with NBC,
Okay.
and I also got to go down to the fire station and play on the fire trucks, and they took me up in the bucket, and I got a really cool view of the city and drove around a little bit, so it was very cool.
So there was a good reception from the firefighters?
Oh, they're all really nice, and they were all thanking me, and I was just thanking them because they're the ones that put this whole thing together and organized it all. So.
All right. So I guess you were touched by the events from September 11th?
Oh yeah, I mean, it took at least like a week for it to really register. At first it's just so unbelievable, you couldn't even relate. It looked like something out of a movie, and when it finally hits you, it's just like, wow.
Yeah.
It's so devastating. I don't know how to describe it. It's just awful.
Well, it's very nice of you to contribute the way that you are contributing. Now, you're going to do a couple of more things. What was that going to be?
Well, actually, yesterday I was at the Providence Place Mall.
Okay.
I did a signing there, and then I went up to the Skechers shoe store and did a signing there.
Okay.
And promoted the steak fry, brought tickets with me. And today I've been at the steak fry a little bit earlier.
Okay.
And I'm going to go back later, and I'm going to bring you, so we can go
really?
hang out and eat all the steaks and meet all the firemen.
Well, that should be fun. But before we go there, I just want to talk about your character a little bit more on the show.
My character actually had a very interesting summer. She went with the high school class to a group trip to Puerto Rico, and while on the island, a lot of interesting things happened, and she got raped.
Uh-oh.
But she ended up shooting her rapist and killing him. So she's been through a lot of emotional trauma, but she's still very stubborn. She's very headstrong, and she's only told one person about what happened, and that is Sean. And she only told him because he found her immediately after. But she made him promise not to tell anyone else. So nobody really knows exactly what she's going through. People know that she shot Paul, but they don't really know everything behind it. So now she's gone back to Salem, and she's feeling really down, depressed, all the emotional things that, you go through after a trauma like that. Mm-hmm. She's trying to deal with it by herself. Mm-hmm. And so she's been tough. She's putting up a tough front and trying to get on with her life, but it's not easy.
Okay, so the people that do follow the show closely, can you just give them a little bit of a hint of what's going to happen in the future?
Well, I can tell them that it's going to be very interesting for Jan coming up. Some interesting things should happen.
Okay.
So keep watching.
Keep watching. So, well, listen, that's great. I'm I'll be watching the show also, and I think we're going to head over to the steak fry. Now, before we do that, I know there's been a lot of people around town that's been helping you out over the past few days.
Oh, yeah.
So if you would like to mention them, go right ahead.
I would. Well, actually, everyone here has been just amazingly nice. I'd like to thank all the firefighters of the local 799,
Okay.
especially Hoppy. Ricky. He put the whole steak fry together, and he's kind of been my chauffeur, so he's been great. And I'd like to thank the Biltmore Hotel, giving me a room, some place to sleep, and the Providence Place Mall, the Skechers Shoe Store, Fleece Skating Rink, Enterprise, and you guys, of course.
Well, thank you very much. Well, that's very nice of you, and
thank you.
We really admire the work that you're doing, and you know, if it's helping out, if we're helping out in any way, you know, we feel good about it also.
That's great.
So Heather, very nice to meet you.
Nice
We're going to head over to the steak fry, and back to you guys. J as in Johnny.
988, 969, 990, 986, 987.
Cello 683 8939 683 8939. The little inn, $35. That 1 hour massage is a gift certificate from North Park 683 9796 683 9796. East Avenue Cafe, Kentucky, $15 gift certificate along with the typewriter shoe.
Okay, Ralph Medici, JTV, if you're just joining us, we are at the Firefighters Club in Providence, Rhode Island for a great event, and we have a special guest with us here today, and we would like for him to introduce himself.
My name's Kenny Hoskin.
You got a nickname, Kenny?
Oh, I should. I've got several.
Okay, what's the most popular one?
Hoppy.
Hoppy, they know you as Hoppy.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Kenny, tell us what's going on here today.
Today we had a steak fry. Raise funds for the widows and orphans of New York City firefighters and police officers.
Okay, what did it take to put on this steak fry? It looks like a pretty big event here.
We sold in the vicinity of 2,500 tickets. How it took off, we started this a week after the tower situation, and how it took off was unbelievable. It was everybody's cooperation on our job, and that's how this all happens.
Okay, it looks like you have a couple of local businesses to participate in also?
We had numerous donations from so many businesses, restaurants, the Biltmore helped us put up Heather Olson and Robert. We had City took care of a car for me to help them get around. The tents were donated, tables and chairs are donated. We got a truck outside with for more poultry with all the meat, salads, potatoes. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. We're having these raffles for restaurants throughout the state, the city, massages, liquor baskets. Everything's donated. All the money that's raised is going to this fund.
Okay, now once the money is raised, it goes directly, is it the September 11th fund or is it called something else?
It's called the New York City Widows and Children's Fund,